Good morning, everyone. Thanks for being here. Welcome to Fuse. So for those of you who don't know, this building is actually part of the Amazon HQ2 package that the Commonwealth of Virginia provided. It was $250 million that went into Mason, primarily to build out the digital economy here. AI, cyber, robotics, brain strategies, social and entrepreneurial activities, tech activities, and we had 4 years to figure it out in a little pilot next door. It was a very small office and a small classroom, and over those 4 years, and a lab, and we figured out a way to work with more than 100 corporate partners and build up our activities around entrepreneurship. Just to give you an idea, when we started, we had about 19,000 people a year that would attend our entrepreneurial programs. Last year, we had 58,000 that attended. So this building, if you, and I encourage you to walk around, take a look, don't worry, you can't, there's a skiff on the 5th floor, which you can't get to anyway, so don't worry about it. But there are robotics labs. There's a small nuclear reactor, not an actual reactor, but a screening lab that is the largest one in the world, where it looks at all of the measurements that you need to take to be able to manage. See, I'm a layperson, by the way. It says doctor. I'm not a doctor. No PhD. I'm an MBA. So we tend to play a little fast and loose with the facts. So about Mason Enterprise, so you heard a little bit about Mason Enterprise, primarily what we do. So I have the privilege of leading a team of about 200 people throughout the Commonwealth of Virginia. Most people don't know that Mason even does this work. So as I tell you a little bit, some of our numbers, feel free to say, wow, or that's amazing, because that's usually what we hear when we talk about it. So we support small businesses. Our total portfolio is about 33,000 small businesses each year. Yeah, thank you. See, she's got it. And we do one-on-one counseling, about 34,000 hours last year of one-on-one counseling with small businesses. And then we put on a number of investor conferences and investor events. We actually put on 2,600 training programs and workshops last year, so that's multiples a day. That's why we had so many people attend them. We operate a makerspace. I mean, there are lots of things, lots of tentacles. We operate 8 federal programs across 5 agencies, a number of state programs, local programs, and we have a lot of corporations that also support the work we do. In fact, in this building, in 3 weeks or 2 weeks, we'll have an investor conference. There'll be about 600 people. It'll be the 5th year that we've run it. Companies that have pitched, we pick the top 45-ish companies in the region to pitch. And so far, in the first 4 years, the companies who pitched went on to get $87.4 million in follow-on funding. So we do both tech and non-tech. My friends at Arlington Economic Development tell me that the primary employer in Arlington County is small businesses. So in a place like Arlington, just imagine what it's like for the rest of the Commonwealth and the rest of the country. So small business isn't small. So the companies we supported last year went on to get $2.8 billion, that's billion with a B, in follow-on funding, not insignificant. So Mason sees itself as a huge driver of the economy. But I thought I would share with you, because of the topic of today, just a few things on how my team uses AI to support small and medium-sized enterprises. And by the way, by definition, up to 500 employees. That's our SME cutoff. We use it to summarize notes because, as I mentioned, we do a lot of one-on-one counseling, hugely effective. And you can also summarize kind of the trajectory that a company is on, and it helps you identify whether they're on a good path, whether they've stalled out, or they need more help. Competitive research, enormously more helpful, and of course, we always say, always check the references. We can look for intellectual property holes. I also oversee the Office of Tech Transfer here, and we play a leadership role in the Commonwealth with regard to tech transfer, because we work with all the universities and all the tech companies that spin out of them. So looking for intellectual property holes, sometimes trying to find it in a crowded patent space, trying to thread that needle with a new invention can be kind of tricky, and AI has actually helped make it easier. Market needs summaries. Sometimes you can summarize a whole lot of information to say, this is actually the whole that the country needs and the market demand that's here. And by the way, we have this is where your technology can best serve. If any of you have ever worked in early stage tech, I did a lot. One of the most difficult things that you have to do is figure out what something can be used for. We usually try to work with researchers way earlier so that they're designing for the market. But if you have to do the other way, AI has actually made that easier to do. And then we're also helping SMEs figure out how to use AI tools for themselves to be more competitive. Now, we work with the service industry a lot, and I'll say, there's some limitations there, but we also work in the tech industry, and as you know, that's a really booming space, especially where research and the lab to market and the commercialization of research meets the market. You can see where that goes. So welcome to the space. Walk around. My office is on the second floor here, right at the top of the stairs. Mason Enterprise. Feel free to visit and enjoy your time here. By the way, we are booked for events here till the end of the year. So we opened June 1st, just to give you an idea of this was something that was very much needed in the region. So now I'm going to introduce Terry Clower. He's both a partner and a friend who we consider an extended member of the Mason Enterprise team. As we inform Terry of what we collectively see on the ground, practically and hand-to-hand work that we do with the companies, he informs us of big picture trends to look for, what to watch for, and what to strategize around. So I'll just say he's pretty cool for an economist, and that's like the nicest thing I can say while introducing an economist. Welcome.